no el Calvario. Que todos nosotros encontremos el Calvario entre nuestras vidas. El Señor nos recuerda que esto no es el fin. Necesitamos continuar adelante el camino. Así que lleguemos a la Pascua, a la resurrección. My dear friends, 2,000 years after the resurrection of Christ, we gather here again to remember and also to relive the reality of the resurrection. We are a people of the resurrection. Somos un pueblo de la resurrección. Y en nuestra vida necesitamos mostrarlo cada día. We have to live as the people of the resurrection, not as the people of Calvary. Calvary was given to us to let us realize, to recognize that it's part of our lives, that you and I will be crucified one day, that you and I will be rejected one day, that you and I will have to bear the same cross and same pain as Christ bore. But that is not the end. We have a resurrection coming. And this is what gives life to our church. This is what gives life to each believer. That we have a Christ present with us. I want to share with you a legend of the touchstone. Unfortunately, my English and Spanish are not translations as I did on Jueves Santo. The legend of the touchstone is this, that on the shores of the Black Sea, there is a stone which, when you touch it, it will warm and turn hot. And the beauty of it is that the one who has that stone in his hand could touch anything and it would turn into gold. Wouldn't you love to have that? So the legend goes that one man sold everything he had and went to the shores of the Black Sea to look for this touchstone. He went and picked up many stones. Everything felt cold. He dropped them back. After doing this for a few weeks, he realized, this is stupid. I am throwing back the stones there. And next day I come back and probably pick up the same stone. So he came up with an idea. Every stone he picked up, if it was not warm enough, he would throw into the water. The first few days he came, touched every stone, everything was cold, he threw into the water, one after the other. And it became a habit for him to do it. And after a few weeks of doing this, he came upon a stone and all of a sudden it felt warm. But by sheer habit, he threw it into the water. This is what happens to us. We have become a people of habit. And when this real, valuable feast, the celebration of Easter comes, we just let it go by as though it does not change our lives. My dear friends, today we have with us these catechumens who are going to be baptized. Un símbolo de la vida nueva en la iglesia. Un símbolo que la iglesia continúa a crecer día por día. It never dies. It will never die. Why? Because Christ rose from the dead. And once risen from the dead, he will never die again. And his church is never going to die. As Jesus himself said, the gates of the netherworld shall not prevail against it. What did Christ say? What do we say? Por tu cruz y resurrección nos ha salvado, Señor. That is right. Not simply because of the cross, but because of the cross and the resurrection, we have been saved. My dear friends, if we don't believe in the resurrection, you and I are wasting time. Those 12 people were scared to death and ran away from the Jews. They changed their lives. They were willing to give their lives, not for somebody who was dead, but somebody who was alive. Will you die for somebody who is dead? But you would definitely die for somebody who is living. That is what they did. Today, as we celebrate Easter, it is not just a once-a-year celebration. It is something that has to transform us year by year, to make us better believers, to be more convinced of what we are and what we are called to be. Today, we recall that Christ, once raised from the dead, will never die again. He is risen today. He is in our midst. You and I are witnesses of this. That your lives and my life should portray to the world around us that Christ is alive. Christ is active. Christ is present. Jesus Christ is risen.
He is risen.